Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to the video lessons of Iqra Machine High School. How are you all students? I hope all of you are well and good. This video lesson is for the subject English and for the grade 6th, in which we are going to discuss from the unit 2 B section In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, which is a poem written by Sarojini Naidu. Now, this module is consist of recapitulation, introduction, learning objectives, reading of the poem, then understanding of the poem, and in the last, we will have assessment. Now, let's recapitulate our last video in which we have discussed about the Telangana, the pride of India, in which we have discussed about our state Telangana, its heritage, festivals, culture and traditions, etc. We have discussed about different types of festivals like Batkamma, Bonalu and Pirla Panduga, and we have discussed about how and when we celebrate them. We celebrate our festivals with warmth and fervor. Bonalu is our state festival which is celebrated during Ashadam. Badkamma is celebrated as part of Dashera. Muharram is celebrated in many areas where Pirlu are kept in village points and are immersed in local tanks and lakes. All these festivals symbolize our culture. Our saris of Pochampalli, Gadwal and Narayanpet are very popular for their attractive patterns, and weavers of Sirsilla produce saris that fit in a matchbox. Besides that, we have Jataras. The Samakka and Saralamba Jataras of Medaram, Warangal is one of the biggest gathering in the world. Our great poet like Bammera Potana Bhagavatam is known for his literary fragrance and many more. Oggu Katha is very popular folklore singing. The temples, antiques, the art forms, literature and our language contribute to our culture and heritage. We need to preserve them. Students, now we are going to learn about the poem called In the Bazaars of Hyderabad, penned down by Sarojini Naidu, the Nightingale of India. She was a poetess as well as a great leader, and she was also a governor. This poem was written during the British Raj in India. At that time, our social activities or reformers were urging everybody to boycott the British stuff. Instead, buy from the Indian markets. At that time, the poetess thought to write this poem. This might help everyone to know to buy from our markets whatever available in our markets. The poem is set in the form of a conversation between a customer and a vendor. Now, let's read the poem carefully and enjoy it. Now, learning objectives. By the end of this poem, students, you will enjoy the poem while reading rhythmically. You will develop vocabulary with the help of specific patterns and figure of speech. You will come to know better about the city, etc. Now, students, let's see the glossary of this poem. The first one is OA, a meaning you, used in the past, specially to address more than one person. Next, wares, goods that someone sells in the market or in the streets, that are called wares. Now, brocade, it is expensive thick cloth with a pattern woven into it. It is a type of a cloth. Amber, a hard yellow brown substance used for making jewelry. It is a substance for making a jewelry. Now, jade. Jade means a precious stone used for making jewelry and art objects. Next is vendor. Vendor means someone who sells something. Next, peddler, someone who goes from one place to another selling things. Now, ivory, the yellowish white bone that an elephant's tusk is made of. Okay. Next one. Dice, a small block with 6 sides marked with spots. That dice is the one which is used in snakes and ladders and ludo. You use na dice, that is. Now, frail, thin and delicate. Scabbard, a cover for the blade of a sword or dagger. Now, aeon, it means an extremely long period of time. Next one is tassels, a group of strings tied together at one end and fastened to clothing or objects for decoration. Now, azure means bright blue. Bright blue color is called azure. The last one is chaplets. Chaplets means a circle of flowers and leaves that you wear on your head. These are some of the words of the glossary.
What do you sell, O ye merchants? Richly your wares are displayed. Turbans of crimson and silver, tunics of purple brocade, mirrors with panels of amber, daggers with handles of jade. Yea, old English word for you, plural, crimson, having a dark deep red color. Tunic, a piece of clothing which fits loosely over a person's body, reaches to the waist or knees, and often has no sleeves. Amber, a hard, clear, yellowish-brown substance that is used to make beads, jewelry, etc. Dagger, short pointed knife or weapon. Jade, hard green valuable stone used for making ornaments. What do you weigh, O ye vendors, saffron and lentil and rice? What do you grind, O ye maidens, sandalwood, henna and spice? What do you call, O ye peddlers, chessmen and ivory dice? Chessmen, pieces used in the game of chess. What do you make, O ye goldsmiths, wristlet and anklet and ring? Bells for the feet of blue pigeons, frail as a dragonfly's wing. Girdles of gold for the dancers, scabbards of gold for the king. Frail, delicate or easily damaged. Girdle, a belt or cord worn around the waist. Scabbard, a holder for the blade of a sword. What do you cry, O ye fruitmen? Citron, pomegranate and plum. What do you play, O musicians? Sitar, sarangi and drum. What do you chant, O musicians? Spells for the aeons to come. Citron, a citrus fruit. Sitar, poetic spelling for sitar. Aeons, very long periods of time, hundreds of thousands of years, ages. What do you weave, O ye flower girls, with tassels of azure and red, crowns for the brow of a bridegroom, chaplets to garland his bed, sheets of white blossoms new garnered to perfume the sleep of the dead. Azure, bright blue, chaplets, circles or wreaths of leaves, flowers, etc. New garnered, recently collected, fresh.
Now, as I said earlier, this poem is a conversation between a customer and a vendor. Here, the customer is asking the vendor that what are you selling, merchants. First of all, she went to the merchant. Richly your wares are displayed. Wares means the stuffs which they are having. So the customer, the girl or the poetess is telling that what are you having that I can buy. Now the merchant is telling that I am having turbans of crimson and silver, turbans in the red color or silver color, tunics of purple brocade. Brocade is a type of cloth I told you in the glossary. So he is having turbans of different types of colors, and he is also having mirror with panels of amber, then daggers, everything he is having. You know the meanings of dagger, mirror, amber and jade from the glossary. Okay, so here the merchant is displaying his stuff for the customers to buy. Now, next she went to the vendors, means a grocery store. There she asked the vendor, what do you weigh, O ye vendors? Means what are you weighing? Then the vendor said, saffron and lentil and rice. These are the grocery items which you find in the kitchen. Then she asked, what do you grind, O ye maidens? She is asking the maidens that what are they grinding. Then the maiden said, sandalwood, henna and spice. These are some of the spices which they have to grind. Henna means, you know na, henna means that you apply on your hands. Sandalwood also. What do you call, O ye peddlers? Now she is asking for the peddlers. Chessmen and ivory dice. They are selling chessmen and ivory dice. So in this way she is going to every shop in the market. Now in the third stanza, the customer went to the goldsmith and she is asking that what do you make, O ye goldsmiths? Now he told that wristlets and anklets and ring. What are wristlets? Wristlets are the ornaments which we use to wear on the wrists, and anklets which we use to wear on the ankles, and rings which we use to wear in the fingers. So these are the things which he is displaying. Another things that he is displaying are bells for the feet of blue pigeons. In the feet of the pigeons, some people used to put bells. They are as frail as the dragonfly's wings. Means they are very weak and delicate. Now after that, girdles of gold for the dancers. This is the ornament for the dancers, and then the scabbards of gold for the king. Scabbards are the coverts in which the swords or the pointed things are kept. Now in the fourth stanza, she went to the fruitmen and asked, what do you cry, O ye fruitmen? Means what are they crying? Then the fruitman said, citron, pomegranate and plum. These are the types of fruit which he is selling, and the customer can buy them. Then after that she went to the magicians and asked, what do you play, O ye magicians? Then the magician said, spells for eons to come. Then eons means a large period of time. So he was doing some tricks of the magicians that we will remember for the ages. Now in the last stanza, she went to the flower girls and asked, what do you wave, O ye flower girls? Means what are they making? And they told, with tassels of azure and red. Means she asked that what are you doing with these bright colors, tassels, and what are you making from it? Now that flower girl said, crowns for the brow of a bridegroom. Means they are making crowns for the bridegroom. Then chaplets to garland his bed. Sheets of white blossoms new garnered to perfume the sleep of the dead. Means they are making garlands and flowers for every type of occasion, whether it may be a marriage, it may be a funeral or anything. They are making the garlands for the people to buy. So in the last, we will be having the assessment of the video. In the assessment part, students, you have to answer the following questions. The first one is, what is the poet talking about in the first stanza? The second one, what is that you like the most about the poem? Third one, pick out the words or phrases that describe the grandeur of the market. Now fourth, what impression do you form of the market? Now the last one is, when you happen to visit the bazaars of Hyderabad, what things from the poem come to your mind? Do all the answers carefully. Okay, thank you.